I don't even know anymore. I, I, I'm at a loss for words. What is going on, all-terrain nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or those Broncos we're all trying to drive. Come on, Ford. This is your all-terrain nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and this is a WTF. That's right. It's been a minute. We've had a good go with Ford so far, and everything was going great. But first, if you have not yet, smash that like button. When you do that, lets other Bronco or whatever you're into that you're watching my videos, it lets them find us. It tells YouTube, hey, pull this guy to here, to here, to here, however the matrix work. I don't know. And if we've earned it, give me the old subscribe button. I would appreciate that. So, WTF, Ford. I want to be on your side so bad. I really, really do. Now, this news comes from the old Bronco Nation, who we all know is kind of, when Ford wants to put out some bad news, they just sort of let Bronco Nation trickle it out. Well, that's not Ford, right? That doesn't count, really, right? But anyway, so I want to get into this video. Let's just jump to it because you've got to read this along with me because this is like, I don't even know anymore, guys. This is mind-boggling. All right, so let's get into this news. But first, this comes from thebronconation.com. If you want to, I'll post a link down here below if you want to read the article and see all the pissed off people that are now talking about this. But so let's get into this article, and we got the fancy chips up here. You know it's going to be a fun article when we got the chips, right? Anyways, so headline: Bronco semiconductor chip shortage? ? Stories have recently surfaced indicating that the new Bronco may be caught in the crosshairs of a global semiconductor chip shortage. The company said during last week's quarterly earnings call that it would expect to lose about 50% of its planned second quarter productions, up from a costly 17% in the first quarter. Now, they still posted billion-dollar profits, so let's not feel too bad for Ford right now. But sources told Bronco Nation on Friday, sources being Ford themselves, told Bronco Nation on Friday that it does not expect the 21 Bronco production to be impacted by the chip shortages, because I've reported this, that Ford it's job one for the Bronco right now. This is what they know. 190 pre-sales, man. Now, not all are going to convert, but there's still a lot of orders to be converted. And remember, Ford can only build up to around 60,000 this year. So do with this news as you will. But anyways, so Sightings actions was taken by the company to protect one of its most anticipated launches in recent history. Attention is now shifting to solving parts availability issues for some of the most popular features, body styles. It's one body style, let's be honest. And powertrains. Now, there is a couple powertrains. Hardtops and the popular Sasquatch package remains a significant challenge for the company to meet. Why is that? Because you offered the Sasquatch package on every model. And instead of trickling into this thing, you wanted to go wide open, Ford, and you wanted everything to get Sasquatch package. Oh, we're going to be better than Wrangler because we're going to let even the base could be kind of a Rubiconish competitor, which I've said they don't need. Base should be, and I keep preaching this. Ford, listen up. Base is what it is, a base. You don't get a Sasquatch package. You don't need a Big Bend in the lineup because it's hard to tell any difference between a Big Bend and the Black Diamond. So I would have done base, Black Diamond, Badlands. Wildtrak even is kind of goofy to me. And then your first edition, and let the Badlands be the direct Rubicon fighter that it was built to be, and the others, you're easing your way in, because we all know next year they want to do a heritage edition, and of course that's going to be probably 3 or 4 different versions of that. They're wanting to release the Warthog, which they don't need right now, even though I think it's going to be a really kick-ass thing. But let's get back into this. So Ford has indicated that additional production is on its way to meet the demand for Sasquatch package, expecting to be in by late summer. However, hardtop production, why do we see, if hardtop production is such an issue, why did I just go to an event and there was 16 of them? All but I think 1 were hardtops that were running around. Why is this an issue? If this is such an issue, stop putting on everything, put soft tops on it, because You rarely see a soft top four-door because I'm almost was like, well, maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe you can't, get the soft tops right now. I don't know what's the deal with that. But let's get back into this. However, hardtop production at the new, notice they're going to stray. They're throwing Webestos under the bus here a little bit, and they've done this a couple times. Now maybe Webestos, however you say it, maybe they're deserving some of this, but they're really throwing them under the thing here of going. However, hardtop production at the new Webestos plant in Plymouth, Michigan remains an ongoing challenge. I just looked at a bunch of them. 2 weeks ago, I looked at a bunch of these things. What ongoing challenges are we having here, guys? I mean, I seen them. It's such an ongoing challenge that Ford's decided, because of all these problems, they're putting the sound deadening in these tops that suddenly they can't get. It doesn't make a lot of sense here. But I understand it's COVID times. It is what it is. But is this going to cause people to start backing out again? Now, luckily, I know some places didn't require a deposit till you actually your production, it goes into production. They're going to require a deposit then. But I put a $500 deposit down. Now, in the scheme of things, $500 in a $52,000 to $3,000 vehicle is not a lot, but it's non-refundable. So it's amazing that once they really started getting these deposits in, dealers, and I don't blame dealers on this, but dealers are requiring, some of them are requiring their deposits because they don't want people backing out. And they know there's problems with this thing. But they're locking people in with deposits. And now we're having a lot of problems. Now the truth is coming out about all the problems that we all knew back in December that just Ford would not bring out to us. So anyways, as a result of these option availability constraints, consumers with earlier timestamps may find a Bronco in the driveway of their neighbor who ordered their vehicle at a much later date. Yeah, I've already read enough on these forums and social media that people are already pissed off about that with the kind of early bird production stuff they're doing. And I know people that were just ordered in January, literally just found out there was one in January, put an order in, and they've already got their timestamp punched. But yet, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is, they're going to say, it's because of these constraints. We can't build them. But some of these are already Sasquatch packages that people are getting from November, January. This has cluster F written all over it. And some of it I blame from day one launch, that it was so amazing, which that's a bad problem to have, right? That you did so well that all these people wanted it. But it didn't really pick up steam till day 3 to day 10 is when the orders started picking up steam. Ford could have stopped right then and said, "Hey, we've met our demand for 21. We cannot meet these anything past this date." No. We got to get these Broncos orders. We want to show the world that, look, we've launched this cool retro Bronco. And I know I'm fussing at Ford here, but I think they did an amazing job on this. I do. But instead of stopping pre-sales, you can still order a pre-sale one. Makes no freaking sense at all if you can't get the parts that you need for the first month of pre-sales. Makes no sense at all. But it's what big business does, right? We got to keep that cash. Even though it's a $100 deposit, that is refundable. They make a lot of money off that. We're funding basically Ford's production of this vehicle to kick it off with those $100 deposits. They took the Tesla platform and ran with it, and I do not blame them on that. So, let's see, where were we? It is important to note that Ford's production process is dynamic and based on a number of real-time factors, including reservation timestamp, orders available for product or for production scheduling, part availability, and the number of Bronco vehicles per each dealer receives. Now, I've said this many times, and early on I was saying this, and everybody was like, no, it's timestamp. I've said this many times. They have to spread Broncos out across the country. Either that or Granger and some of these other that took 400 and 500 orders would get all of them, and then maybe my smaller town dealership we can get any. So they have to do that. But let's not. I think the timestamp thing is people are starting to have enough of that. Going, well, when I see that a timestamp from January is already getting their stuff, it's a little weird, right? Now, once again, I can wait it out. You guys know I want this for the channel because I want to document these things, whether it be good or bad about them. I want to document it for future owners to be able to watch and, make a decision from there. But do I need to maybe pause my order now and be like, you know what? Put me at 22. I'm just going to wait and see what we got at 22. Maybe I wait till 23 now if I can. If my $500 deposit with my dealership will allow that. Who knows? But maybe I just run over to the Jeep dealership real quick and go, you know what? That Gladiator looks pretty cool right now. Let me go get a Rubicon Gladiator because I can get the damn thing right now. I can get it for almost the same price I'm getting my Black Diamond, which is a mid model. I'm paying extra, or I'm paying retail right now for something that I can't get, for something that I could go get right now and have a lot of fun in the summer, document it, sell it, and not get hurt on it because it's Jeep Wranglers and Gladiators are holding resale value like crazy. In some cases, with the way the used market is right now, I could probably actually make money on it, own it just for the summer and make money on it, and move on about my business when Ford actually decides to build mine. I'm a day 3, for God's sakes. I'm not fussing about it because I know, obviously, we had COVID. We've had all kinds of problems. Michigan was hit hard with this stuff. I get it. But at the same point, enough's enough with this kind of, back in December they had their PR guy. And if you think Mike Levine has anything to do with color choices or anything, stop. He's a PR guy. He only says what the higher ups tell him to say. So let's cut that out too. Mike's a good guy. Mike was a reporter at one time. I bet you didn't know that. And let's not act like he's making the decisions for Ford. These don't come from him. He's just there. He gets on social media with the new Ranger or whatever he's floating around with that week, and he moves on from there. But let's get back into this because this is where it gets kind of confusing. This little, I don't know what you even want to call this thing, but let's see. While consumers' timestamp is a key factor, the scheduling system at Ford surveys the list of orders until it finds a clean, buildable order. Okay. I understand this part of it because I worked at Nissan and we would build stuff. By Friday night, they pushed that order to have parts on Monday. It's on time. Everything within the auto manufacturing world, each company's a little different, but they don't hand pick numbers unless you're a VIP. It's all computer scheduling. And yes, computer they know they meet demands of how it's all coming in, and that's how things get scheduled. I'm sure the timestamp has a little to do with it, but what's confusing about this is the Bronco commodities conundrums. Okay, so number one, we've ordered Broncos. Okay, we got a Wildtrak. This thing that looks like Quagmire from Family Guy here is actually the little Sasquatch thing. It's kind of hard to read, but I kept looking at that going, is that giggity? Giggity. But anyway, so Bronco equals Wildtrak, Sasquatch package, chip, and tow package. And why is the tow package suddenly where it's a block of metal basically, and it's a wiring harness that's probably already pre-wired with the factory harness to begin with. Suddenly now the tow package is throwing things into conundrums, which is funny to me. But their little diagram: Bronco equals Wildtrak equals, I'm just going to call it Quagmire, chips, tow package. Here's a Bronco Badlands, same thing. And then you got the Big Ben. They just skipped the Black Diamond, I guess. It doesn't matter. But here's the conundrums: Quagmire, chips, tow package for all these. So now we go down here to Ford has more of the same some parts than others. F-150 chips, they're having a hard time getting F-150s out. So I don't get this. Bronco chips, they have a ton of them. Oh, I guess it's saying they don't have any F-150 chips. Bronco chips, they got plenty of them. Sasquatch package, ooh, not many. Now, once again, we could rewind this video and go right back. Sasquatch package should not have been on every damn thing that you wanted to build. This is your own fault, Ford. You didn't anticipate the demand of this vehicle. Jeep Wrangler, there's people been itching for a competitor for the Wrangler. You built a perfect competitor for it. It's going to ride on the road so much better. It didn't need, not everything needs the Sasquatch package. But rewind that if you want to hear me bitch about that again. So, and tow packages. Oh, they only have some tow packages, which is, and then if you want to get into it, why the first edition can't get the tow package? Anyways, that's for another video. But we go over here to chart 4. Ford will build with the parts they have. So if you ordered a Wildtrak, you're going to get that Sasquatch package because that is just part of the Wildtrak. You got chips and you got the tow package. You're scheduled for a build. Awesome. What if you're the Badlands guy? Order a Badlands. Oh, sorry, we don't have a Sasquatch package for the Badlands, but we got the chip and tow package. So what they're doing is they're telling you, well, go to your dealer. If you adjust your orders so you can get yours first. But the problem is, if you do that, you're going to regret your purchase. You're going to be a year from now going, man, I really wish I would have done the Sasquatch package. I wish I would have went what I wanted to get. And then they showed the Big Bend. Big Bend, I've seen the pie charts. Bronco 6G has a ton of pie charts on this thing, and it's not a high demand vehicle because you other than carpet and a couple things, the Big Bend's hard to tell from a Black Diamond. But if you order a Big Bend without the Sasquatch package, they've got a chip for you. So good God, we got it, guys. But let's get down here. So this is the creme de la creme part. And Ford was doing this back in December. They had Mike Levine out there going, hey, and they were kind of setting us up a little bit for I think what was happening now. But so what do they have a lot of? Well, we got a lot of 4-doors. That's weird because the 4-door is the most popular option. So why are they pushing everybody away from 2-door? Whatever. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason for it they just don't want to talk about. But we've got 4-doors. Oh, we got a lot of 2.3s. Well, why is that? I don't know. They sell a shit ton of 2.7 liters. And pardon my language on that. They sell a bunch of 2.7 liter V6s in the F-150. If they're not building F-150s right now because of, we can go over here to the chip department. Where are those engines going? Doesn't make sense. But if you want that soft top, okay, they did say they're having problems manufacturing the top. Got it. Understand that. And I'm not going for the soft top because I want the hard top. But I love this next one. You could go from a Big Bend, from the Wildtrak to the Big Bend. Not even the same damn thing. Makes no sense. But here's what items are going to delay my Bronco. Hard top. Sasquatch package. Tow package. Once again, it's a block of metal with a wiring harness. There's nothing special about the tow package. Why is it? Don't know. Ford hasn't really told us, but whatever. We'll go with that. And the 2.7 liter engine. Well, if you go over to Bronco 6G, they've got this nice chart about where I think it's like 75% of the orders are 2.7s. People do not want the little engine. They want the big engine in this thing, Ford. Once again, if you're not building F-150s right now, I bet you got a bunch of those engines that you could put in Broncos. But whatever. So as it finally comes up, and I know this is a long one, guys, we understand these are some features that will make the Bronco appealing for those of you willing to wait. Ooh. Ford will build the Bronco you ordered, but it may not be as soon as you would like. Thanks for that, Dad. For those of you willing to move up the line, we recommend you considering removing some of the non-essential items. Okay. Or easily to install aftermarket features like trailer towing to make your changes to your order. Consult your dealer, because we all live and breathe Broncos right now, so we all know our dealerships do, right? Yeah, thanks. I'm sure the dealers are like, thanks, Ford. That's all. Now we want to answer questions of we don't know now. So, anyways, guys. So that's the little thing from Bronco Nation here. Let me know. Once again, I will put the link in the video description, and we'll go from there. Like I said in the video, man, Ford just did not expect this demand. And I have this from inside sources from Ford Motor Company, that they just did not expect the demand. And now they're, between that and I've told you, I'm not using COVID as an excuse anymore. A lot of these parts are not made in Michigan. So I know Michigan's been hit hard, and the people up there are doing what they can, but not everything comes from Michigan. And of course, they're redirecting a lot of these processors or chip problem that they're having because Bronco is, I've reported this before, Bronco is job one for Ford. They have to get this thing out in somewhat of a timely manner, even though they seem to be screwing it up. But let me know in the comments below, is this just another nail in the coffin that you're like, I'm done? Or are you kind of like me? Are you waiting for your email in May to be like, well, I'm going to make a decision from there? Because what I may actually do is, should I tell you or should I? What I may actually do is just push mine back to 22, maybe 23, and just go get a Jeep right now and just go have fun with maybe a Gladiator and be like, well, Ford, you had my money, and I'll just wait for another year or so, and we'll talk about it then. So comments below, let me know what you would think. So from all things two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, these Broncos, damn it, we're all trying to drive them. This has been your All Terrain Nation, WTF. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.